Hey guys and gals, it's me Subir Rocket, and yeah, I remember when I said back in November there really isn't that much movies that I'm interested in reviewing in November. Well, I kind of changed my mind once I watched this a while back, so yeah, and I kind of feel like it really fits in, the whole nostalgic feeling for the channel this December, and I will explain why in just a bit. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Cue intro. Yeah, there's no skits this time. Yeah, I was trying to think of something, but nothing came to mind. But anyways, of course, it's always gonna start off with a non-spoiler review, and then we're gonna go on to some spoilers. So to start off, of course, this is a murder mystery. If you don't know, so yeah, you barely get to see those in movies. Of course, you usually see like in TV shows. So yeah, I have tackled like one, I guess you can say. I remember we tackled The Mentalist a while back. I guess you consider that a murder mystery, and I guess the most popular, I guess you can say, is CSI. But yeah, you never really get to see murder mysteries in movies, and I kind of feel like the reason why is because there really isn't that much replay value in them. Once you see it, when you watch it again, you already know everything, and you know who's the bad guy and whatnot, and it gets a bit boring. So yeah, when a murder mystery comes to the movies, there has to be some kind of interesting gimmick, I guess you could say. Like for example, in the 2009 Sherlock Holmes. Sure, once you watch it again, you already know, who's the bad guy and whatnot. But yeah, but the thing is, the reason why people are gonna watch it again is because of Sherlock Holmes, because because of his personality and his power, I guess you can say, to plan ahead and all that, and how it's presented in the movies is just so cool to watch again and again and again. So yeah, when murder mystery comes to the movies, it always has to have a gimmick. So what's this movie's gimmick? Well, unfortunately, I cannot tell you because there's actually a big twist in the movie, so I can't spoil it, of course, because we're still in a non-spoiler review. But I can say this: the movie is actually directed by a guy that actually really knows how to twist something and make it very unexpected to a lot of people. And that man's name is Rian Johnson. Even if you like or dislike how he did The Last Jedi, you gotta admit this guy knows how to subvert expectations exponentially. So yeah, that's a lot of big words there. I kind of feel like this idea really works in a murder mystery because first, it's a murder mystery. There has to be a lot of twists along the way, so I kind of feel like that's really needed. And secondly, it's not part of a big franchise, so people will easily accept what's going on the screen. So yeah, man, I'm really excited to get back into Star Wars to next week, aren't I? I also really like the acting in this movie. I kind of feel like almost all the actors give their all in this movie, and it's pretty great, especially Daniel Craig. It was a bit weird that, to see him talk like he's from Texas, but then later on, he starts to become a really fun character, and yeah, I got used to it. So, yeah, good on you, Daniel. Is it just me or that sounded weird? But yeah, besides all of that, there's not really that much I can talk about without spoiling anything because I guess you can say you have to see it to believe it. So yeah, I can't really say anything. Seriously, there's nothing I can say. So yeah, all I can say is to end this off is your mind will be blown for all the twists along the way. So yeah, be prepared for that. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So let's just get into the spoiler warning so I can easily talk about this movie. So yeah, cue spoiler warning. So of course, finally, since we're in the spoiler review now, I can spoil as much as I want. So of course, let's start off with the story. So yeah, the thing is usually in murder mysteries, of course, they're focusing on the detective, which in this movie is Daniel Craig. But the thing is, we're not actually focusing on the detective this time. We're actually focusing on kind of one of the suspects, and her name is Martha. No, not that Martha. There's no H in this. Whatever. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, you actually get to follow the suspect. Well, she wasn't really a suspect. ever was called in to become a suspect. But yeah, she was the killer. So yeah, usually in murder mysteries you get to follow the detective and see him try to find the clues to find out who's the murderer is. But now in this film, you actually get to be in the killer's footsteps and she's trying to see how she tries to avoid getting caught and all that, and you'll constantly have the feel like, oh god, is she gonna get caught? There's a lot of moments where like it starts get kind of intense, like, oh god, she might get caught now and all that, and I really like that. The potential of her getting caught gets higher and higher throughout the movie, and I really like that. But of course, as we find out, she's actually not the killer, it's actually somebody else, Ransom. Of course, as you see in the film, of course, the person who got killed, which is Ransom's grandfather, actually removed Ransom from the will, which of course is that thing that you do where, when you die, the possessions go to, whoever you put on the will. So, yeah, Ransom kind of got removed in that and kind of got replaced with Martha. So Ransom decided to make this plan to try to frame Martha and get back into the will. So, yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere, but then later on when the detective actually explained everything, it really all makes sense. It's so surprising how everything came together. Although there is a bit of a problem here, luckily I forgot what the word ransom means, so yeah, it's kind of out there that I did not expect that, Ransom is the killer, but yeah, I kind of feel like they should have changed the name because Ransom kind of feels like you instantly know, yeah, that's him, so I kind of feel like they should have changed the name, but besides that, it's a pretty nice plot twist. I also really like the cinematography in this. There's one scene that I really like where the detective was thinking like there's a donut-shaped hole in this case, and then he was trying to think about it. He's actually sitting on a chair surrounded by knives that are in the shape of a donut, and he's the donut-shaped hole. So yeah, I really like some of the shots here. It's really nice. It's really, really good. So overall, it's a very well-crafted, twist on the murder mystery formula, but unfortunately, there's a big problem here. Remember at the beginning of the review, I said that the movie's gotta have a good gimmick, so it has, replay value, because of course when you watch it once, you don't really need to watch it again because you already know what's gonna happen. But yeah, even though the gimmick is actually pretty good, of course, it's, instead of going into the shoes of the detective, you go into the shoes of the killer, but it's not enough to make it consider as a excuse to go watch it again. So yeah, unfortunately, even though it's a pretty good movie, it kind of failed its main mission. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but still a good movie. So with that said, alright guys and girls, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. So next up, Star Wars. I don't know, it's still a while until Star Wars comes out, so maybe I'll do a video in between. Maybe I'll do another Lego Daniel Lynette, maybe if I have the time. So yeah, maybe you'll see that next time. So who knows? So until then, guys, rock it up.